claret trail lead you deeper into the cave. Was the walking wounded a monster or a human? A knot forms in your gut. You raise the torch to get a better look at your surroundings. The walls have been gouged and scarred as far as you can see. Another message comes into view, written in tiny letters among the scars. I will find you. What horrors transpired here? Good work. About the enemy. Press on, deeper into the cave. Light floods into the chamber, illuminating a scene so startling, you nearly drop the torch altogether. Two mummified bodies lie close beside one another, their hands clasped together. Beside them, a message written in blood. We leave together. Perhaps they were lovers? Whatever the case, you notice the bellwether nestled in their hands. You gently pry it free, bend a knee, and say a small prayer for the dearly departed. Nice work. Let's do this. Good work. Don't hold back. You make to open the chest, but an ominous voice echoes around you. I will not relinquish my hoard. The next instant, something leaps at you out from the darkness. And fight. That was lucky. The monster defeated, you turn toward the treasure chest. And see those Ivory Order jerks rooting through it. You rush over, but you're too late to stop them. Sweet of you to take care of the monsters for us, trills Winifred, favoring you with a smile. Tugging the spoils from the chest safely into a bag, the Ivory Order trio stroll away whence they came. Knowing you couldn't stop them if you tried, you can do nothing but stand slack-jawed and watch them go. The chest is empty, save for a ragged doll. Nice of them to leave us the trash, you grumble in irritation. For some reason, Melanie picks up the ragged doll. Your shoulders slump. All that effort, and this is all you get to show for it? You find nothing else even close to treasure. Hope Cypri is ready for bad news. Leave now would be the fastest way out. You decide to stay and explore the cave a little longer. Let's do this. Don't hold back. That was lucky. That was lucky. Excellent. Good work. About the enemy. fight. Nice work. Were you able to find my treasure? Cypri asks. This is all we found, says Melanie, withdrawing the ragged doll. Cypri's eyes widen as soon as he sees the doll, and he reaches out to take it. Without breaking his gaze away from the doll, he begins to speak. Cypri tells you he gifted this doll to his young daughter a long time ago. But she fell gravely ill and died. Since then, Cypri has treasured this doll as he treasured his daughter. Then the monsters took it from him. Cypri turns to Melanie, his head bowed deeply in gratitude. So you reclaimed the treasure by complete accident. You step closer to Cypri. What do you know about the dragon? You rudely inquire. Cypri gestures as if to say, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Far to the east of town is a place called Unionville, where monsters and humans live together in harmony. According to Cypri, you might be able to learn something there, as the dragon and monsters are not totally unrelated. Upon hearing that, you turn on your heel to leave. Cypri calls out to stop you. Journeying to Unionville entails traversing the dense expanse of the bewildering wood. You'll need this, he says, and holds out something for you. You won't make it through the bewildering wood without it, Cypri says. Your sights set on the distant Unionville, you resolve to navigate through the bewildering wood. Looks like some monsters prowling about. You channel the inner champion of justice you never knew you had, and decide to throw down with the monsters. Don't hold back. You sheathe your sword with a braggartly flourish, flashing a smug grin at your friends. But no one's looking at you except for Melanie. The exasperated sigh she heaves rings loud as a shout in your ears. Good work. A thick fog impedes your vision. You surmise this is in no small part why they call it the Bewildering Wood. Many a brave soul has set foot in this wood, only to be swallowed up and never seen nor heard from again, the traveler intones gravely. They also tell of a certain tool one needs to get through this place. A message is written on the sign. Seek out the 4 stela hidden deep in these woods. And fight. Let's do this. You have found the Northern Stela. It doesn't look particularly special. You resolve to touch it anyhow. trees bearing very solid-looking nuts whip to and fro in the force of the gale. This doesn't bode well for you. One of the nuts flies off the tree and smacks you right on the head. The pain brings tears to your eyes. The next stela is, you hear someone murmuring. It sounds like a man, but you can't really be sure in these woods. You hear a beautiful melody flowing from the forest depths. It sounds like singing, or perhaps bird song. As if drawn in by the voice, you head deeper into the forest, where you find a woman playing a stringed instrument. Why won't the right words come to me, she laments, her fingers stopping on the strings. Hearing her sigh, you offer to help her with her song. Very well then. Please finish this verse, she responds, then begins to sing. Add a fiery shout to overcome the cold. Taking your words as ridicule, the woman's eyes suddenly grow dark. How dare you insult my song? You will pay for this atrocity in blood, she exclaims, then attacks. Don't hold back. How pitiful I am, brought to my knees in these woods, defeated by savage adventurers. What an epic song that would be. Seemingly satisfied, the woman succumbs to slumber. You decide to part ways from this woman, hopefully never to meet again. Don't hold back. Nice work. You have found the southern stela. You smack it and hear a sound off to the west. You'd best head that way next. You shout the words in a loud voice. The woman's mouth hangs open wide. The words are so plain, perhaps overly so, which is precisely why they pierce the heart, she says, your cheap words somehow resonating with her. She entreats you to let her use your lyrics. Imagining the royalties, you happily agree. You have found the Western Stela, which you swear up and down was not here when you came in. Nevertheless, you give it a smack. Nuts fly off the trees and smack you and your friends right on the head. Everyone's faces screw up in agony. You take a peek inside the grass. It seems like startled. The monster flaps its wings and flies away. You find some coins scattered about where it stood. Excellent. Let's do this. That was lucky. Congrats. You have found the Eastern Stela. You see the words Melody of Fortune chiseled into the corner. You have investigated all 4 of the Stela and the Bewildering Wood. You hear a sound, and it's not all that far away. A bunch of nuts fly off from the trees, but you and your friends hightailed it out of there before any of them could hit you. Congrats. You examine the Stela. The message carved into the Stela reads, "Play in tune with the forest." You hold the woodland flute you received from the good doctor in Thriston. Doot 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 doodly doot 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 doo. You blow a handful of pleasant enough notes into the woodland flute. You soon become aware of accompanying percussion, which reveals itself to be a series of impeccably timed footfalls racing toward you. A young woman appears before you. "That was absolutely dreadful," she whinges, her jaunty gait betraying her enjoyment. She calls herself Ridis and declares herself a woodlander, resident of the Bewildering Wood. By sheer coincidence, the flute on which you played those notes was one designed to call the woodland people to your side. Stunned by your good fortune, you ask Ridis to lead you eastward out of the forest. What luck! She agrees far more readily than you ever anticipated. But, she continues, extending her hand, you'll have to hand over the woodland flute first. You hand over the flute, firmly restating that she may have it on the condition she leads you out of the Bewildering Wood. Ridis plucks the woodland flute out of your hands with glee and begins playing it as she skips away. Well, playing is a generous term. It sounds as though she may as well be murdering the poor thing. Ridis makes it clear that the fastest way out of the woods is through woodland, where she lives. It's that-a way Ridis says gleefully, pointing past the stela before you. Welcome to Woodland, Ridis says, gesturing out over the village. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm quite busy for the rest of the day, so you'll have to wait till tomorrow to leave the forest, she says, and makes her way home. Welcome to the Forest Oasis, the man greets you warmly. You happen upon a man greedily guzzling well water. Could it truly be that much better than ordinary water? Apparently, she's heard rumors of the dragon destroying another town somewhere. Our village would burn down so easily, she mutters, perhaps a bit more afraid of the symptom than the cause. You learn that Ridis's family is mired in debt and living hand to mouth. And I know how they got in so much trouble, the rumor mongerer says deliciously. We are not in the business of meddling in the personal affairs of others, Melanie says curtly, cutting her off. This shortcut is reserved for use by Woodland citizens only, the guard barks, clearly unwilling to let you pass.